The Indiana General Assembly wrapped up on Friday, and it focused largely on education issues, but unresolved were questions about groundwater use here in the state. So here to talk all about it is Democratic State Representative Sheila Klinker of Lafayette. Sheila, thank you so much for joining me here this evening. So let's dive right into this. A bill that would limit the withdrawal of large amounts of groundwater, it actually failed. And you mentioned earlier it didn't even get a committee hearing. So what objections were you hearing from other lawmakers on this?
Well, Representative Nagel, who's a leader in the House Republican Caucus, and Spencer Deary had a bill, along with the rest of us certainly being interested in helping them. We just found out that they weren't going to be heard during the session. And I think that's because they are waiting for an independent panel of experts, hopefully, that will be deciding what gallonage of water should be used and what should not. I mean, it started out 10 million, it's up to 100 million, and many of us think that's very dangerous for this community.
Yeah, and your thoughts too on this. Do you think that it's ever going to be revived in future legislatures, or?
Well, we have Speaker Houston and Senate Majority Leader Roderick Bray, along with the governor and Mayor Rosworski and Tom Murtaugh, all meeting along with Mung Chiang. So it is being discussed, but there's a moratorium too right now, as you know.
Right.
So we think maybe it's on hold for a while, because I've never seen an issue that was so backed by a very bipartisan group of people. I mean, it's not Republican or Democrat. It was worrying about water and what was going to happen to this community without those waters.
Yeah, switching gears here too, the General Assembly really dealt a lot with those education issues as well. And I know you came out specifically against Senate Bill 202, which set up tuition review for professors. But what about the bill that would end up holding back thousands of third graders for not passing that state reading exam? What about that?
Well, we are dealing with that. I know many of our second grade teachers are giving that test in second grade to find out the difficulties so they can remediate those children right away before they take it in third grade. Now, there are some exceptions with our children, English language learners that are having a difficult time maybe learning English, and our children who are disabled and have a disability that really would keep them from being able to pass. So there are some exceptions. But this third grade retention is questionable. Some parents think it's a good thing and some do not. But the key is funding the remediation that will take place in summer school if these children are held back. They will be going to summer school, and we want to budget for that, or budget certainly for our literacy helpers, our folks who are brought into the school as literacy folks to help those children during a certain period of time.
Real quick, I've got one more question for you as well. What do you think the best thing coming out of the legislature was this year?
Well, I know the 13th check was very important to retired teachers. The pension relief was good. Transition to teaching scholarships is very, very important because we have teachers leaving before, it's their time to leave over a period of time just because of the work. Robotics competition is very, very important to STEM. Science, technology, and we are giving more grants for that. And we also are talking about truancy issues. We are involving prosecutors with parents working together to make sure our children are going to school because of COVID-19, some students got in the habit of not coming to school, and it has created a truancy problem in many of our areas in Indiana. So we are involving prosecutors, working with parents to make sure those children are coming to school.
All right. Sheila, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have, but thank you
you.
so much and for sharing your opinions on all those topics as well. Thank you so much. Great to see you as always.